are here today, Aya and Nestor. We're here today. Our session today is on skin analysis. And we have Selena as our model here. We're here to talk about the importance of skin analysis because, for us esties, and us three here are all esties obviously, it's really important to be able to analyse the skin properly. And what I always say is the importance of inch by inch skin analysis, because to be able to do a really good treatment and to be able to take care of somebody's skin and build their skin up and get their skin to a level where they just look amazing, you have to really analyse the skin correctly and be really thorough with it. So that is part of being a 5-star esthetician. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at Selena's skin here, and again it is that inch by inch. We are going to be turning her head over. We've cheated a little. We've had a Maggie lamp and we've looked at her skin just prior to this. But we've been able to see some different things that are going on with Selena's skin, and we're going to talk about that today. So skin analysis to all of us is really, really important. And some of the things that we've been able to see with Selena's skin that are, the things that really stand out to me is that there's different steps when you do a treatment. When, as an esthetician, when we look at a client, we say you can't maybe do every single thing in one treatment, but what are the most important things that's going to help her skin be the best it can long term. So in looking at Selena's skin, we've seen that she's very, very surface dry. And, I talk about this a lot. Foaming cleansers is something that's just such a no-no for people that are surface dry. And if you're living in a climate where it's really, really dry, which, we're here in Los Angeles, it's really dry, and most people are surface dry, whether they're oily or a drier skin. So surface dryness is such a problem for so many people, and Selena has surface dryness. Now, what she's got underneath is her skin's oily. She's got blackheads scattered everywhere. We can see that in the past, she's got some scarring, and she's got some hyperpigmentation, which is hypo, where she's lost pigment. And she's got a real build-up, a real thickening down here where her sebum has really hardened. Now, most of the time when you feel something like that, someone has been on Accutane. But in Selena's case, she has not taken Accutane. What we know Accutane does is it dries up oil, and it dries up everything. Yeah, it really sucks the life out of the skin. Right. So what we can feel here on Selena is that she's got these bumps, and it's hardened scar tissue now. It's hardened sebum that's formed scar tissue. And what this area of the face is in our face mapping is the large intestine. So now what we have is, so what we know her large intestine is struggling, and that, what that means is that this hardened sebum down here, knowing that she hasn't had Accutane before, means that, it's an area of her body that is not a strong area. So as I always say, we come into this world with weakened organs from our parents and grandparents, and when one gets stressed, it's not just a word, it actually attacks our weakened organs, and it's something to sort of really think about. So before we even start talking about what products we need to have Selena on, we have to analyze the skin really well. And whether you're verbalizing it to your clients and telling her about her large intestine, or if you're just for your own knowledge, keeping it in, but gives you more knowledge to be able to help follow her through with her regimen. All of these things are really important. So some people we know you would never say anything to because they just don't want to hear it, and you just kind of got to know your stuff and just do the best you can. Other people are like, please tell me, how can I make my skin better? So,
but if they choose to come, they do want to hear it.
Yeah, I mean, and I think it's a responsibility for us too. I think that, I always say that we're doing them a disjustice if we're not sharing knowledge and sharing what we really need to be telling our clients, because, yes, they pay money, they come to see us, they want their skin better. Everybody wants their skin to be better. And if you're not sharing information and sharing knowledge about what you see in their skin, then that's a disjustice, isn't it?
So I like to do the skin diagnose fairly early in the facial because
so you can be quiet the rest of the time if they want.
The quiet time is nice. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah.
But the skin diagnose in the beginning is very important because that's your window where you can exchange information with one another and
Yes.
give and take the opportunity to give a lot of what you know.
Yes.
And they love it. They love hearing it because they're feeling like, oh, okay, we chose the right esthetician, we came to the right place. If they need that trust, you give them right away. Confidence in diagnosing the skin.
Yep.
Yeah. So I like to do it in the beginning.
Yeah. And it's also like, what's important too is as soon as you touch them, I mean, any touch, isn't it? It's like they feel that,
confidence.
It's the confidence in that, because if you're kind of like doing this, it's not the same. But yes, the touch, the looking, the moving the neck, they know that you're the head. They know that you're being thorough with everything, and you can put your hand down here. You're looking at the neck area. But you're absolutely right. It is really important
And I also
in the
like
beginning
it.
to discuss there. Yeah.
Excuse me, but I also like it when what you said in one of your videos where you want to look at the person.
Yes.
Saying what you need to say to them.
Yes. Well, that's when I get serious.
And I love that. I
yes.
think that's a really great way to communicate to the client and also show them that you really care and that you are serious about their skin.
Right.
That's really important.
I think, sometimes when I can feel that, I do that, I walk around, I look at them when I need to talk to them, when I really need them to understand and hear what I'm saying, because I want to be looking them in the eye. It's not necessarily how I always start out, but if I feel like they're in pain or there's something that they're just not understanding, then I want to walk around, I want to look at them and just let them know, I'm here to help you.
Right. Yeah,
We're here to help you. Don't worry. We're going to take care of this. We're going to tell you what we need to do today. You're going to walk out here knowing a lot about your skin, and you're going to know what, more importantly, you're going to know what to do to take care of it from here on out. So analyzing the skin, as we said, is really important in the beginning. And with Selena, if you feel her skin, like her skin feels it's out of balance. I know you had said earlier too, when we sort of just had a quick look at her skin here, you had said her skin was out of balance, and you're absolutely right, because
which is when your skin is out of balance, it's really easy to repair it. It's one of the things that are really, really easy to repair by looking at Selena. I can tell that there is a little bit of neglect in her skin. Otherwise, she wouldn't be so out of balance, because it's easy to heal the problem by choosing the right cleanser and picking a right exfoliator for her. Not necessarily a grainy scrub, but maybe something through alpha-hydroxy acids, just to exfoliate it. So just by cleansing, exfoliating, and using the right moisturizer, she'll see a big difference in her skin. So it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be super sophisticated. It needs to be simple, and she'll see a great transition with not being so surface dry.
And that's really important and really good what you're saying, because you mentioned that, okay, she's not great with her skin, and you're absolutely right, because
I can see that.
You can't give her 10 products to go home with, because we know, number one, she's not doing an abundance now, so we've got to keep it simple, right? You've got to keep it simple, because you want to make sure that your client's going to be doing the regimen at home. So what's all really important when they first come in and is, we have to talk to them about their skin. Absolutely. We have to, analyze their skin, talk to them about the products that they're using, what they're not using, which is really important, so that, they're seeing a picture in their head too of what has to happen from now. So her skin is, it is out of balance. And this is so common, because what happens is when they're not using the right cleanser to start with, the skin feels it's oily on top, but yet it's dry. It's oily because it's that slippery feeling where just the pH is completely off on her skin. So it's what people say, but by the midday my skin starts to get shiny and oily, and it's because they're using the wrong cleanser to start with. So the setup is not good.
You mentioned earlier that she has milia a little bit of milia. Now, when I talk to clients that have milia, I tell them, you have to go to a dermatologist because that's the only way you can really remove it. Now, it seems to me like maybe we can help them with milia as well.
Well, the thing that the milia will soften, in certain states you can't use lancets.
Right.
And in the state of California where we are not allowed to. Milias are a fatty ball, and usually you get fatty balls that it's where your body doesn't digest a lot of fat. And so milias are something that it is internal. It's, occasionally you will see it from using something that's a very occlusive cream that's you used around the eye area that's too thick and just suffocates the skin. But most of the time you're going to see it, and she has it in her stomach area up here by under her eye, where she has a milia, but she doesn't have an abundance. So it's not even something, because her skin, we've got to get her skin better. It's not something I would mention to her right now.
But actually the whiteheads that she has on this side, and we looked earlier through the magnifying lamp, so we got a better look. From what I can see with my naked eye, most of it can be healed through exfoliation.
Right.
Not necessarily even extractions. It's just by using the right exfoliator, she'll be able to control it. What's in the deeper areas will get attention later as we go deeper, but on the surface, she'll be able to correct it with exfoliation.
It's absolutely right. In the beginning, there's so much. She's new. She's your client. She's just arrived.
Right.
She's on here. We know her cleansing is not great.
Right.
Okay. So rather than we won't jump to milias or even really talk about that with her.
I was just
curious,
curious.
but it's good to point out. But it's in this conversation. But at this point, we have to get her really good on her cleansing. And a lot of what you mentioned up here earlier, what we're feeling on the skin is you're seeing these little sebaceous
follicles being congested,
popped out right up here. She's got a lot of, she doesn't have a really large forehead like my big, huge German forehead. She has a really pretty forehead, but what it is here is that she's not cleaning well.
Right.
What she needs to do with her face, because she doesn't have that big, she needs to cover and pull her hair back and really clean around here and she's not doing it.
Right.
And that's why she's got fine facial hair. A lot of people have fine facial hair. Really important when you're cleansing to do the circular motions to get under the hair, right? But she just needs to clean her skin really good. Exactly what you were saying. She needs to clean her skin really good. She needs to exfoliate. We want to give her an exfoliation that has a buffing effect on the epidermis. We need to get that thickening down. She's got a lot of surface dehydration. You can see those fine little lines when you do this. And what we know, is that, she's internally really dehydrated, which is why she's got so much stuff stuck. It's just stuck around her large intestine.
Really do well with a massage. A face massage would really help.
Massage would really help her. She's keloid over here a little bit too. But this being the large intestine in face mapping, we've got to really stimulate that large intestine. The and even in body massage, stimulating the fascia lata, just really kind of movement. She needs movement there, and that's going to help this area tremendously. So yes, facial massage will help it, but scar tissue, she's got scar tissue there, and she's young. She's 23, right? She's got scar tissue. She needs the movement. And look, I'm constantly doing this because this is what she needs. She needs some strong massage here along this jaw area. We need to clean her skin really good. We need to exfoliate her skin really good. These are the first steps of skin analysis. This is what she has to do in prepping her skin to prepare it for future things that we can do later, maybe with the pitting, that she has a little pitting on her cheek. She's got hyperpigmentation. She's got, enlarged pores. We need to shrink those pores, and we can shrink those pores, but you can't shrink a pore unless it's really clean. Right. So, she's got to, her main thing today, I would say, you're going home, you're going to take this cleanser, this non-foaming cleanser, and, you're going to cleanse your skin really well, morning and night. She's going to exfoliate with an exfoliant that has a buffing effect, like you mentioned, with a glycolic, a chemical exfoliant, not granular. We don't want to thicken that skin anymore. We want to just clean her skin and get it really healthy to be able to receive the next
level.
So
Yes,
I think by cleansing, exfoliating, using the right moisturizer, let's say for 2 weeks, without adding any other product, what we're actually going to do, it's going to control the complexion of the skin as well.
Yes.
And once we control the complexion of the skin and it's going to look better, we can worry about the pore size, and most of it will shrink on its own without adding any other product. Just by cleansing, exfoliation, using the right moisturizer, being dedicated morning and night, AM and PM routine will take her to a better place. In 2 weeks, 3 weeks, she comes in for another treatment. We can target other things. But when I look at our skin, sorry, Nestor, when I look at our skin, what I see is the uneven skin tone that she has, which is the pigmentation from being young, being exposed to sun all these years. So we see the pigmentation, we see some hypopigmentation, we see the broken capillaries. So I see sensitivity. I'm not quite sure what it is for yet, but I do see sensitivity around her cheeks. So, and very surface dry. So the dryness and the oiliness that kind of fights into the moisture, and all the things that I've stated gives it
flat.
Yeah, just
Black.
no glow,
Yeah,
no glow.
it doesn't have
The
that
sebaceous
pretty-
gland, I mean, the nose is congested with blackheads. So just by doing these things, she'll take it to the higher level. She would love what she's seeing. I think she'll see beautiful progress very quickly, because what I'm seeing here is just neglect, and just adding a little bit of help will take her to
she needs to
a
step it
different
up
place.
with the cleansing,
Now,
for sure.
she would be a really good candidate for a peel after she cleans her skin and after we wait 2 weeks.
Later.
On,
Later.
she would
Because
be good for
the one thing, and I say this all the time, is, a peel is a last resort.
the last resort, right?
You can't be in a hurry to work with this skin, because the difference is, if you want her skin to be dewy and pretty and look like, number one, she's never had large pores, number two, she hasn't ever had any scarring, you have to prepare the skin correctly. It is the steps you must take. You can't jump in and do peels. Peels are not for everybody.
Right.
And it's, I talk about this a lot, and I actually get really upset about it a lot, because people are so quick to peel the skin, and it's not the be all and end all. What you have to do is you have to educate your clients.
And
you've got to educate them with the daily regimen.
Exactly.
What she does at home is really important. And I can't tell her that enough, other than before she leaves today. I will be looking her in the eyes, and when I give her that cleanser, I will be saying, I need you to do this. And you know what else? I need to see you back in 10 days, because I want to make sure that she's doing her regimen right. But that is key to her success, you see. You can't just go in and peel, and all of that is like, let's not even talk about that right now. Because that is just, and even if she was saying it to me, it's like, I'm not even talking, we're not having this conversation.
I actually think I mean, a peel is great. It's always out there for us. But I actually think that you can achieve great results without a peel.
Yeah.
Just by being on the right, products. She'll do great with her.
And the other thing that, that people don't realize, a peel is drying. I mean, if you haven't got that skin, if all those levels aren't right, and they're not prepped and they're not hydrated and they're not healthy, you're not going to get a good peel. You're just going to dry the skin out, and you're not even going to get the same results. So it's really important that the cleansing for her is really important. And even for a young girl, I mean, she's young, 23 is really young. We're living longer now, right? So we got a long way to go with her. And we've got this eye area, even her eye area is really dehydrated.
Right, I see that.
So she's not using, she's not, and we haven't even asked her what she's using on her skin.
Right.
But honestly, I would be saying to her, I'm not interested in what you're using, because everything you're using, it ain't doing it. So it's not going to work. So let's not waste this time that I have you on my table to do a facial and talk about your products that you're using, because I don't care. I don't care how much they cost. I don't care what their brand. It's just they're not working, right? So there's not There's honestly
and they're not being used. It's not
they're
only
not being used. You're exactly right.
Yeah,
they're not.
being used,
but she has to really tie her hair back.
Right.
You know, I don't say this to a lot of people,
Right.
but you see, she has to clean up here really well. She's got to pull that hair back. I mean, she's going home with a headband. You know what I'm saying? This is really important. Right. So she's got, you know, this whole thing. It's like her cleansing is, as you said, it's really, really important. So we can't stress that enough. Okay. And I want to make sure she's doing that. And actually what you had said, to start her cleansing and one simple product is really good. Mm-hmm. You know why it's really good? Because we can't give her too much, number one, because she's going to be confused. Mm-hmm. And number two, she's got to be using it. Like, so we've got to wean her in to how to, this is how you're going to take care of it.
It's not only that, you need to recognize, without knowing her personally, you need to recognize, I can recognize personality through the skin.
Yeah. Yeah, it's wonderful.
And by seeing her, you know that I can recognize her personality, and I know that this is what she's not paying attention to. She might be doing other things, and her face is not something. And she's young, and it's important. It's important because she's young and she's not there, and
she's gorgeous. I mean, like it's like, you know, from our point of view, we look because we're esties, and we just go, oh my God, this gorgeous girl who you know it can just be up another 50% easy just by doing certain things with her skin.
But I wanted to mention, she's not someone like Selena who comes in and has all of this going on is not someone that I would want to give more than 2 to 3 products. Absolutely not. And I will keep it simple.
We want her on a non-foaming cleanser.
Right.
And we want her, and that can be a gel. You know, I would probably prefer her to be a gel rather than a cream.
Oh, really? Why?
Because she's young. And because she's oily,
and she doesn't need all that hydration from the milk cleanser.
I'm going to go more that route.
Okay.
An exfoliant that has a buffing effect. So an enzyme exfoliant that has probably a little bit of glycolic in it. It might have the papaya enzyme as well. So we want to get that buffing effect because that's going to change her texture. And then a moisturizer that is a light, non-comedogenic moisturizer, but one that really feeds the skin something because her skin needs healing. Because it's not healing fast now, so we need to prep it. We need to get it to that place, and then.
I wouldn't give any serums right now.
It's just we got to keep it simple. We got to get her on cleansing.
Right.
Yeah, and we're going to and then in about 10 days, I would say 10 days. We're going to start changing and start working on other things. Right. But right now, we've got to get her cleaning.
Right.
Is really important. And because she has fine facial hair, like I said, it's really important. Like she's got to cleanse right up here into her hairline. Right. Because she has a lot of congestion up here on her temples. And her skin is it's that oily, slippery, it's a certain texture.
Gritty? There's a little slight grittiness.
She's heard a lot of this today about cleansing. So thank you guys. This is great.
Thank you, Nerida.
Selena, thanks for being a trooper. Bye.